But for more on the independent candidates' chances, let's bring back Caitlin Huey-Burns, O'Brien Murray, and Hari Sevugan. Let's start with you on this, Caitlin. When you look at the responses from independent candidates to some of these key questions about America, about the policy and the issues that we have, you might say they sound like candidates that we might be used to hearing from other spaces, like the Republican Party itself. How real is Johnson? How real is Stein? Spoilers or real potential candidates here that might win?
I think there could be the potential here, given how unfavorable the two main candidates are. I talked to a lot of Republicans, though, who say if Weld was on top of the ticket instead of Johnson, they might be more inclined. But because it's Johnson leading the ticket, it's harder to get there for a variety of different reasons. And we've seen in polls, too, that they just haven't gotten that far ahead yet. I mean, they're not, at this point, eligible for the debate stage to make a real...
O'Brien, agree with that? If the ticket was reversed in the Johnson situation?
They haven't got that far ahead. They haven't got to single digits at this point. They have no impact on the debates right now, other than trying to get in.
Double for
they just
Johnson.
Snuck up there.
Yeah.
Okay, he just cracked it for the first time. But the reality is, they're not on the debate stage. I don't see him as legitimate there. I don't see him picking up one electoral vote at all, which then means they can't win anything whatsoever. Where I think they have an impact, though, is on Hillary's talking point. She will not break 50% if those numbers hold.
I'm going to go to Hari on this. You know, in the latest NBC poll, it shows Clinton with a 9-point lead. But when we include Stein, we include Johnson, her lead goes to 6 percentage points. As you look at this as a strategist here, Hari, should the Clinton camp be somewhat concerned about what these other two candidates might mean to the very close lead that she has in some places?
Yeah, well, I think that's the advantage the Clinton campaign has, is they have a lot of ways to get to 270. They do need to pay attention to these folks in very close states, but, you know, those close states doesn't mean, even if they lose those states because a third-party candidate is picking up some votes, they have a lot of different ways to get there, which is not what the Trump campaign has going for it. You know, one of the third-party candidates you haven't mentioned is Evan McMullin, who is a Republican who's running, who's made the ballot in Utah and Iowa. He's a Mormon and Donald Trump has alienated the Mormon community. That's 6 electoral votes that could swing to Hillary Clinton if Evan McMullin picks up enough votes out there.
Caitlin, you know, as you look at Stein, what she said during that very same event was that after Bernie Sanders stepped away and Hillary Clinton became the nominee, her fundraising went up by some 100%.
That's interesting, but I do think that we haven't seen her influence take hold in these polls. I mean, Clinton is still leading nationally and in battleground states, even with the presence of Stein. And you also, I think, during the Democratic convention, did have the coalescing of the Democratic Party around Hillary Clinton. So she's hoping to pick away those Sanders supporters. Not quite sure that's viable.
100% income increase in your fundraising means you went from $100,000 to $200,000. I don't see where it's relevant for her for TV. It's momentum.
Some might be saying that of Donald Trump and his pivot right now.
Two-thirds of the voters think we're on the wrong track, no matter who the candidates are, no matter who they're supporting. You have all the numbers at Real Clear Politics. If that's the case right now, and you have somebody winning this race who doesn't break 50%, and then you have the House and the Senate split on who controls those two, you have to make sure whoever gets in there can bring people together and unify, and that's going to be the test now for the next 79 days.
Hari, 30 seconds to you here. Are we seeing more talk about these third-party candidates that we've seen in previous cycles?
No, I don't think so. Every year, or every presidential campaign, there's some talk of a third-party candidate. Sure, there's, you know, these candidates that we have on top of the tickets are a little bit more disliked, but I don't think it's unusual. Okay, Hari is nonplussed about that. All right, Hari Sevugan, thank you so much. Caitlin Huey-Burns, O'Brien Murray, y'all have a good Sunday. Thanks for being my friends today. That's all for this hour of MSNBC Live. I'm Richard Louie. Remember, for the latest, go to MSNBC.com. We'll have updates, of course, for you right here throughout the night. For now, Caught on Camera is next. You have a great Sunday ahead.